Doherty from AFL Victoria. Xavier, how are you?
Good, thanks, Peter. Thanks for having me. It's a beautiful winter's day here in Melbourne, and looking forward to this clash with the reigning champions and, of course, Fiji Vanu, who I think will have some exceptional talent in their team.
Two different styles of football for the Northern Lights, a very skillful running team. For the Fiji Vanu, a lot of them with a rugby background, and what the opposition said 3 years ago, they felt their hits, they felt the Fiji tackles.
Yeah, looking forward to some big hits in this game, and, of course, work with David Roden, the first Fijian to play AFL, and of course his sister debuted for Collingwood in the AFLW this year. So some pretty good pedigree there, and I'm expecting some talent to shine in the Fiji team. And of course with the running champions though, their first game back, should be some exciting football, Pete.
We'll have very shortly the national anthems. I'm not sure they got the speaker sorted out beforehand. They did have a speaker for the GB Swans and Pakistan game. Doesn't matter. Both sides sung the song. They sung it out loud, their national anthems, which was absolutely fantastic to hear. We'll pick that up in a moment. We should say as well, this relay via the YouTube channel AFL International Cup has also been taken in Canada by CBC Sports back there, because they're keeping an eye on their reigning champions. They're very confident of going back-to-back this year. As we have both sides there, we'll have the national anthems in just a moment's time, then the toss of the coins. Canada wearing the all black with the red maple. Wearing the white jumpers is the Fiji Vanu. We await the national anthems here at Ransford Oval before Game 2 of Pool A gets underway. That's the national anthems of Canada and Fiji. Both captains will meet in a moment's time for the toss of the coin here at Ransford Oval, Royal Park. As we wait for both to arrive, Amy Legault, of course, not just captain of Canada, was captain of the world team in 2014. As we have Batiti and Legault to decide which ends they'll be kicking to. Fiji, the away team, being named second. And Amy Legault decides to kick with the agency of a slight breeze. And she'll be kicking towards the city end of the ground to the right of screen. And as we saw Xavier in the earlier game, it was giving an advantage going to that end. A bit of a tricky breeze as well, it was blowing slightly left to right.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how both teams play with that. But looking forward to the start of this game. I think Fiji, in doing my research, they've predominantly come from two teams, so I'm expecting a cohesive unit. All the girls will know each other. So we'll be interested to see how they line up and how they start. I'm predicting a good start from Fiji Vanu.
Yeah. Singing their team chant before running out onto the ground. As Canada break from their huddle. We should point out as well with the Canada Northern Lights side that a number of their players actually came over from as early as November to practice for this tournament in Victoria, including, for example, Valerie Moreau, who trained with the Victorian Women's Football Academy and even represented St Kilda in the game against the Australian Defence Force Academy and kicked their first goal.
There you go, there's one to watch, but there's a bit of talent in the Canadian Northern Lights team, so we're expecting a good showing from them today.
And it looks like, from what I can see, is Jaworski will start in the ruck for Canada. And big unit, and she'll be expecting to give them a lot of drive. And she's looking for the Fiji, as it might be Matawulu, as the umpire has the ball in the middle of the ground. Holds the football off. We are underway. Game 2 of Pool A, the AFL International Cup Women's Division. We're underway. Wudu got the football. In fact, it was Rutinda who moved it towards centre half forward. Good burst of speed early. Tackle laid on by Perry. Ball spilled free. Tulavuku had it momentarily, and the umpire said she may have been dealt with unfairly and will get a free kick. So Fiji with Tulavuka at centre half forward, about 55 metres out from home, decides to give off the hand pass. Kakino had it momentarily. She was wrapped up, and the umpire said, "You didn't see it coming? Legault gotcha," and it is holding the football. So the Canadians, through Amy Legault, off centre half back, work wide. Good contest out there, ducking their head momentarily. There's Marina, then delivered long and high towards the half forward flank. Coming out to try and meet it there, Sally Fong up against the boundary line, being harassed. Umpire says that's holding without the football. Fiji free kick.
Good start from Fiji. First centre clearance. They've got their hands on the football. On the half-back flank now, they're just handing the ball over. Sally Fong, I think it is, who has the ball. She's on the half-forward line for Fiji Vanu and kicks it short. Inside 50. Pack gathers. I think there might be... No, play on, says the umpire. Northern Lights pick it up and now kick it through the middle of the ground, through centre half-back. Good mark. Plays on immediately. One bounce on the wing. The Northern Lights now into their forward 50. The ball spills forward. Good contest there from both teams. And a stoppage will form. Umpire blows the whistle.
Stopping there was, that run was by Nicola Kerwin, who was in her rookie year best and fairest in the AFL Ontario competition. Originally from Ireland, but of course now a resident of Canada. Tapped the ball down, only to be taken away. Rutinda moved it towards half-back, but it's going to be intercepted. Rest best by Hillary Perry. Perry wanted to give off, thought the better of it. Acknowledges the lead, 40 metres out from goal. And it's Kerwin that got on the end of it again and should be kicking from 45 out. Nicola Kerwin for the Canada Northern Lights. Fair distance to travel. A one-on-one situation in the goal square. Someone for Fiji's drop back in the hole if it does fall short, and it will. They use the knees instead of going for the hand. And Radapakula had it, then got turned over. Irwin had it, got it quickly on to Moreau. Dispossessed of the football, top of the square. Northern Lights pushing. Coming in to try and lay the tackle, Barini. And the umpire says it's going nowhere. We'll call for a ball up. No score either side.
Deep in the Northern Lights forward pocket. Ball goes up. Good contest. Two in the ruck. Snap from Canadian Northern Lights, and it's a behind. First score of the game there for Canada. So Fiji Vanu will kick out. And just started to steady into the game now, the Northern Lights, I feel. Good passage of play there, moving it through the middle of the ground.
I think they were caught on the hop early. They were surprised by how fast the Fijians had come out of the blocks. As we wait for the ball to come out from full back. Few hop, skips and a jumper. That's an awkward kick. It's going to be turned over the top of the square. Good pressure forces the spoil. Kerwin chasing after her opponent. There's the kick. Claims about 30 metres. Momentarily good, sir. Got stripped of the football. Chasing after it. Perry one more time. She tried to get in. Couldn't get the football out. Goodser attacks again for Fiji. No good there. In jumps Perry. And the umpire circling the pack blows the whistle and elects to call for a ball up. 35 metres out from the Northern Lights goal. Heading towards the city end here at Ransford Oval, Royal Park. Ball thrown up in the air. Away we go again. Brought down. Takakake had it there, lost control of it, hurry kick out of the pack, ball in the goal square, hits the post. Minor score, 2 behind for the Canada Northern Lights. Fiji yet to score.
Fiji with the football again from fullback. See what they can do this time. Launches a good kick, at least 40 metres out, but directly to the Northern Lights. They mark around 40 metres out. Can't see who that is with the ball there, Pete, if you got the number.
Might be Perry.
And she plays on immediately, handballing. Oh, not the best option. But a free kick there after a solid bump from Fiji Vanu. And the umpire's paid a push in the back, I think. And Canada will retain the football and have a shot for goal.
That's Hilary Perry now, who received it originally from Hilmy. Hilmy, of course, picked up and started playing footy, Aussie rules, originally in Australia with the UTS Shamrocks in Sydney.
So almost 45 out now. She's given, that's a great kick. It's going to go deep, but Fiji Vanu gets a finger to it. That was Toba who punches it over the line for the third behind for the Lights. Fiji Vanu will kick out again.
So deep in defence, city end of the ground. 3-point lead to Canada. Bit of a hook on the kick now. If they don't touch before it goes out, it did. Tuluamani sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. The rule, of course, is if you kick out from full back and no one touches it, and if it bounces over the boundary line, it's Canada's on the full and the opposition gets the kick. So we wait for the ball to be thrown back into play. Rucks settled themselves. Physical contest. Kerwin got over the back of her head. Big tackle late on. We said the Fijians were very physical and they brought that element to the game early. Kalkinio was in there. Ball on the deck, circling the pack, Renee Tong for the Knights, and the umpire says it's a stalemate. We'll call for a ball up. 45 metres out from the Northern Lights goal, tagging the city end. Kerwin, double slap to try and move it forward. Held out it maybe was Moreau. Umpire decides to call play on. The Fijians kick in towards the centre of the ground. Awkward bouncing football. Takakake goes after the football. She got knocked off of it. Going back in there, Margot Legault. She was beaten out towards it. And now here's a chance here for the Vanu. One bounce and a run in Marini. Goes inside 50 with a kick. Mark taken. Satiri Tadral has the footy. She is about 35, 40 metres out from goal. She's going back and she's backing herself in.
Great passage of play there from Fiji, from the half-back line. Good skills. And she's kicked it deep into the pocket to no one yet, but the pack starts to form. Good tackle from Fiji to hold the ball in. Canada now run it back out. Not quite out of the defensive 50. Fiji regain the ball again. Kick back towards the same pocket. There's a number of players there fighting for the ball. It spills. Deep in the pocket still. Might be run out of bounds. No, still in play. Plenty of action there, and the umpire will say, that's mine, and he'll ball it up deep in Fiji's forward pocket.
So Lamani there trying to drive the ball forward for Fiji before having the brakes put on her. Ball is thrown up deep in the forward pocket here for Fiji. Cohen slapped it forward. Only as far there as Sally Fong, who ducked the tackle, then immediately got caught. Hurry kick out by Perry. Chasing after the football there. Bowden lost her feet. Managing to weave around off the pad there. But it's Singadral. Managed to find her target inside 50. And with that, by the look of it from the distance, Brennan Vunu with the footy. 40 metres out, stabs at the kick. It fell short. Sarivi, or should I say Sarivi, had it momentarily, got dispossessed. Pack forms, the umpire will call for a ball up. Fiji no score, Northern Lights 3 behind, early stages of the first quarter.
Some big tackles late in this game so far. Ball goes up. Tap, ball hits the ground. Fiji gather it. Good handball out to a clearance. Couldn't quite gather it. Kicked off the ground. Inside Fiji's forward 50. Can they pick it up? Someone has the ball at the bottom of the pack and the umpire will say it's mine again and throw it up just on the 50-metre arc for Fiji Vanu.
As we throw the ball up in the air, away we go again. Legault was circling, then got pushed off the football. Amy Legault, that is, the captain, trying to get in there as well. Coquinho now got the ball out. Ratudina had it, then got dispossessed. Trying to get in there and lay a tackle. Lara Hilmy, ball spilled free, maybe without it, as Renee Tong goes in there. Fierce, tough footy on the forward pocket. Ball hit the ground. In goes Amy Legault. She laid on the tackle. Good sir as well for Fiji. Watches on. Wants the ball to pop out to her. Doesn't elect to take it. Elects to go with a volleyball spike. That was smart. And it's Grau now moves it towards the top of the square, but it is all Northern Lights, and they'll clear it to the far side. And Chantal Bowden has plenty of room out there, gets the football, dances around, gets on the right boot. Van Savenet tries to go and take the mark, knocked off the football, taking it back. Talbar now moved it on to Liamani, had it, lost it, got on to Takake, now moves it inside 50. Calcinio had it, then lost the football. In dispute. Manhattan Grau now goes in. She gets dispossessed of the football. Pack forms 30 metres out from goal. Renee Tong for the Northern Lights. She can't get a hold of it. It's like a moving maul out in the forward pocket. Close towards the boundary line. Bodies going down left, right and centre as Amy Legault lays the tackle. Spilled out. Snap on goals away to the near side. Minus score. The Fijis have really taken the game to the Canadians early. 3 behinds to 1 behind.
Contrast of two styles there, Pete, in terms of Fiji. In close, hard, contested football. We can tell that Canada really want to get it out wide and run the ball as much as they can.
I reckon the Northern Lights look rattled early.
They do. Fiji have come to play. We knew that. They've got some talent. The Northern Lights will play on from full back. One bounce. Deep in their pocket now. Good clearing kick. Got underneath it. Over the top of the pack. And we're outside their defensive 50 now. But Fiji Vanu gather the football. It was Latia who was caught. And she's got a free kick though. So she's got a free kick. It's just outside Vanu's forward 50. Beautiful drop punt inside their forward 50, but deep in defence there, marked by the Northern Lights in their back pocket. On the commentary wing, she kicks back to the half-back flank now. Fiji Vanu tries to gather the ball, but now it's the Northern Lights who kick the ball up through the middle of the ground. Off hands. Gathered from Arnold. Arnold goes again. Good effort. She's still there. But Vanu picks up the ball. Fiji have got control of the football again on the half-back line. Ball spills, but the umpire's paid, holding the ball.
And a free kick going the way of Nguyen. I thought it might have gone to Nguyen, but they're giving it across to Hilmy instead. So Lara Hilmy has it for the Northern Lights. She's between centre and centre-half forward. Is side up by 2 points. First term action going for Amy Legault. And she takes the mark 45 metres out from home. We should mention 4 quarters being played. 17.5 minutes each quarter, no time on. As Amy Legault directly in front, 50 metres out, looks to pass it. It might go over the pack. It does, but it hits the woodwork, and it's a minor score. 4 behinds Canada Northern Lights, 1 behind Fiji. Cracking contest in Game 2 of Pool A.
So given the strong breeze that the Northern Lights have, Fiji will be pretty happy with this start. 4 behinds to 1. Fiji Vanu now from full back. Kicks it awkwardly out, but it almost clears the 50. Northern Lights gather it through Willis, who kicks the ball back in. Northern Lights have gathered here. Snap. This could be the first. No, it hits the post. Hits the post there from Kerwin. And that will now be 5 behinds for the Northern Lights to 1 Fiji Vanu. So from full back again. Fiji clear it. Again, it goes deep and wide. This could go out of bounds without touching, so that's a free kick to the Northern Lights, who will have the ball just on their 50-metre line. Yes, so that is Willis who will take the kick. So it's a free kick because the ball didn't touch a player, kicked out by Fiji. So the Northern Lights now through. Willis kicks it back into the 50, off hands there. Ball spills again. No one can gather it yet. It's Fiji Vanu who pick it up through Tokiyoko. Another pack forms. Northern Lights try and gather the football. Gets an awkward kick back into the forward 50. Ball spills again. The Northern Lights have got it. No, Fiji Vanu pick it up. They're good in defence, and now they clear it again, but unfortunately the kick back to Willis again, who will enter the Northern Lights forward 50. Hurried kick, but to Fiji Vanu. They play on quickly, across the half-back line now. Ball spills again, right on the half-back flank. Fiji Vanu, handball out. Ball spills, who can pick it up? Northern Lights have, they've gathered it. Now, twists and turn through Moru, out to Hilmi back into the forward 50 again, but only to Fiji Vanu. This is going back and forth. Here we go. Big clearing kick onto the wing. Can't be marked. Picked up there from Tilmaumi. Back to the Northern Lights though. They gather the ball. Quick kick back in. Back to Fiji Vanu again. They now go through centre half forward into space.
And Takalke nearly got onto the football but got knocked off of it. Coming through there is Nguyen, gets run down. Umpire said it came out in the tackle. Trying to fight in for it is Nguyen. Couldn't get her hands in the football. Wing position, far side of the ground. Hurry kick away there by Hilmi. Now puts it on to Amy Legault, who's got some space. Can she get there before the boundary line? She tapped the ball but couldn't control it. Over and out. 5 behind Canada Northern Lights. Fiji Vanu 1 behind. First term action here at the AFL International Cup, Game 2, Pool A, Ransford Oval. We wait for the ball to be thrown back into play on the far side. Kerwin to go up in the ruck against Tinadao. Tinadao won it, got the hand pass back, being spun around there. Latia, and the umpire said might have copped that high, so she'll get a free kick. Latia under the light tower near the old scoreboard here at Ransford Oval. Looking further afield, wants to see the options, possibly looking to go down the line instead of the switch. And that's what she does. Low flat kick, try to find a teammate who got bumped off the football courtesy of Lara Hilmi. Now on the right, good smothering work done there by Tinadao. Ball in dispute in the centre of the ground, knocking along the Fijian Vanu, and they've done that well. Ratudina got it going, put it to the advantage of Sally Fong. Fong went to ground at the crucial moment, close towards the boundary line. Can the Canadians try and keep out the Fijians, who are coming with great pressure? It's like a rugby ball on the outer side. Pack forms half a dozen players, bodies falling all over the shop, and the umpires pulled out a free kick out of that and said that's a holding infringement, and it is going the way of the Fiji Vanu, and she's going to give it to the hands of Seravi. Seravi has the football 55 metres out from goal. Decides to wind up on the right. Booming kick going forward through several sets of hands there. Scrapping hard for the ball is Lindsay Smith. Got knocked out of her hands. Close towards the boundary line. Trying to go and lay a tackle is Margot Legault. And the umpire blows the whistle and calls for a ball up. Forward pocket, 25 metres out from the Fijian goal.
Great start from Fiji. We say it again. They're going against the breeze here, so they'll be pretty happy with this. Deep in their pocket. Ball goes up, off hands. Canada reclaims and kicks. Good kick too. Out to the far side. Bowden marks on the halfback flank. Now kicks it down to the wing, but great intercept mark from Fiji. They play on immediately and kick it back towards their forward 50. They found someone. No, intercepted by Canada. The ball spills towards the boundary. Thought it might roll out. Yes, it has. Boundary says, I'll throw that in.
So 5 behinds to 1 behind, nearing quarter time here. The Fijians really serving it up to Canada. Canada has the agency of maybe a 1-goal breeze, so they'll be disappointed they don't have at least a 1 or 2 goal break. Umpires put out a free kick for holding, and it's going the way of the Canadians. Deep in defence. And a chance to get Smith to kick the ball up the line. That's what she does. Finds Valerie Moreau, of course, who plays for the Eastern Devils in the VFL women's competition. As the hooter sounds, that is quarter time here at Ransford Oval in Royal Park. And even though the Canadians lead on the scoreboard, Xavier, I think the Fijians would be very, very happy with the position they're placed in.
Yeah, I'd almost give the points there to Fiji for that first quarter. I thought they played some really good football, tough, contested football. That's their style, but some good skills too. Once they could clear it from the pack, they moved the ball quite well there on a couple of occasions and had a couple of opportunities there with a couple of stoppages in their forward 50, but just couldn't quite convert. So I think, yeah, Fiji almost took the honours there, given the breeze penalties, and we know what happened in the first game in terms of the City end being the scoring end. So Canada with a bit of work to do.
And Xavier, just before I go down to the huddles, who's some of the players that did impress you in that first term?
Well, I think obviously the Amy Legault, the captain, she was very good. I liked Kerwin, obviously with that Gaelic football background, she was impressive through the middle of the ground. She's got height, she's got some good skills. For Fiji, I thought it was a pretty good team effort. They were good across the board. I didn't think there was a standout player there, and that's what we predicted, a good, strong team effort from Fiji, Vanu.
Well, in a moment's time, about to jump down, we'll hear from the Fijians first, then Jason Arnold, the Canadian coach. But I might just get you, for the viewers at home, just to go through some of the other games that are obviously coming up today here as part of the AFL International Cup. Not only in the women's division, but also we've got two fields, McAllister Oval and Western Oval, where, of course, some of the men's games that are being played.
We sure do. So round one, we've already seen South Africa take on Great Britain. That was the first game of the day. Papua New Guinea are playing Ireland, which will sure to be a sensational clash there in the second game on McAllister Oval. Then we've got the huge grudge match. So the third game at McAllister Oval is Canada v United States. So remember that one drew a huge crowd last time we were here 3 years ago. So looking forward to that. Canada v USA. The fourth game there at 2:45 is Fiji v France. And the last game of the day there for the men's is New Zealand v Nauru.
Or they move it on to the next one because we haven't got the numbers there. We've got to keep a bit of discipline and keep back. Okay, keep our numbers back, and then when we flow forward, that's when it opens up for us. But at the moment, we're getting a little bit excited when we get forward. We're getting sucked into the forward line, and it's opening up the space for them at the back. Okay, so when we're forward, that's when we keep our position, we be disciplined, we don't all get sucked into the forward line. So Illy, you've got to stay number 7. There's number 7 of theirs. When we're getting dragged down in the forward line, number 7 staying back in position, and that's their link girl. That's coming through her and coming forward. So we've got to make sure we stay back. Same with Basser. Basser number 25. You've got to stay back with number 25 because the idea of having Bedelina as the spare player to come over the top means that she's got to be able to read the play and not worry about where your girl is, okay? So we've got to be disciplined. When the ball goes forward, we don't get sucked back with it. We keep our shape around the midfield and around the back, okay? So again, our half forwards, you've just got to keep pushing up the ground, up towards their back line, all the way back to their half back line, and that's when it's going to open up in front and we'll run back onto it. Okay, when we're kicking out, Latia, can you take the kick outs? That was really good at the end of positioning, but we're just getting it out a little bit too wide. We need to make sure that we're closing them off when we kick out.
So just to hear the words there from Coach Mike Lee there, just giving some very good instructional messages there to the Fiji team there in terms of how to move the football from the back line and who's taking the kick-outs. And we'll just take a listen in now to Canada.
Harry, you're going to play more defensive, okay? And that means you shouldn't have anyone free, right? You're starting ruck, right, and run with. Just be composed, right? Around our diamond isn't happening at the moment. We're getting 2 or 3 in at the contest. They're actually playing it really well. They're dropping out, right? That's what we should be doing, right? To be smart around that. Some good efforts, some good efforts in the quarter. Great defence about that. 9 inside 56 against us. So we got the numbers back behind the contest which we wanted, all right? To get the breeze, it's not a factor at the moment. It's just got to be clean with the ball and get into space, right? And when we get the opportunity, let's make the most of it, all right? Let's hold up, please. Right, Gerbs, Sarah, let's go, Jaya, Viv half back, Robbie, Reegs, Larry playing more defensive, Lego changing with Val halfway mark, Hill and Caro on there. Good quarter, Nicola, Chantel, great quarter there. Robbie side by side with Leah. Leah, we need you to have that contest. The one out there, we needed you. Need you to grab that one. Right, Robbie, and work starting sizes together. Okay, bring it in close. Right. Girls, right, same intensity, let's raise the bar now. Right, they're slowing a little bit, they're slowing. Leah, they're slowing a little bit, right? So let's be composed, let's get the first goal and let's go, right? Lights on 3.
We need that goal right now, girls. Yeah. Lights on 3, ladies. 1, 2, 3, lights! Come on, get out there!
So there we had was some wise words from Coach Jason Arnold there from the Northern Lights, just telling them not to be too concerned about the breeze. They played well there, getting numbers behind the ball, and some good messages there from the coach just to remain positive. And we're joined by special comments, Beck Dale.
I am. I'm here. I've been in the real competition, which is over at the coffee cart.
But you've returned with no coffees.
I've returned with no coffee, so 0 possessions for me so far.
Is that the tale of your career?
Pretty much.
Women's football career?
It is, actually.
Yeah. Welcome back, Pete, to the commentary position. Good work there. Start of play now. Ball goes up. Fiji, first hit. Great centre clearance. Immediately kick out inside their 50. Ball spills. Good pick up. Handball forward. Didn't quite get boot to ball there. Great effort there. Really good effort from both teams. And the umpire will throw it up just on the 45-metre mark. Ball thrown up now. Another good hit there from Fiji Vanu. Great tackle as well. Good pressure in close here from both teams. Fiji now picks up the ball. They're inside their forward 50. Ball spills. Canada can't quite hold the ball. It spills out again. Working hard, and now they've got some space, and the ball is cleared into the half-back line.
And that's what they do. The Canadians have it. Half-back out of sight of the ground. Hilmy goes for a run. Long kick up the line, looking for Moreau was in the pack, but Kerwin had it and dropped it and got it back again. Kerwin dodged one tackle, got claimed by the second. That's holding the football. Good tackle in there. Dratini for the Fijians. She's on the runaway side of the ground. Dratini looking further afield. Decides to go long on the right boot. Went up the line. Was trying to find Vakasausu, and she got knocked out of their hands. Lost control of it. Hand pass going backwards for the Canadians. Is that dropping the football? No, said the umpire, and is given a free kick for instead an infringement to the way of the Northern Lights, possibly for too high. And they'll elect to go long up the line with the kick. Legault waiting for it to hit the ground. Amy Legault goes in to lay the tackle. Knocked away from her. Spinning around and trying to get through the pack there. It was Marini. Got it forward. Here come the Fijians again at the half forward. Goes for the run. Put it on the right boot. It's a dribbling kick. Great pressure being put on. Tackle late on. The umpire says it's holding the football against Irwin. And a chance for the Fijians. 55 out from home.
Another great tackle from Fiji, and they were rewarded with the ball. They have it now outside 50. The ball goes in. Not a bad drop punt. Ball spills forward though. 25 out. Canada gather the football deep in their defence. The kick goes wide, but only to Fiji, who mark it wide in front of the old Ransford Oval scoreboard. So on the 50-metre mark, Fiji Vanu with the ball, up and under. Great drop kick to the top of the square. Can't mark, pushes out. Ball's deep into the forward pocket for Fiji Vanu. Can the ball get out? No, it can't. And I think the umpire will say, I'll throw it up here, deep inside Fiji Vanu's forward 50 in the forward pocket. Can they score here? This would be a great start to the quarter. Ball goes up. Great ruck contest. Ball spills. Hits the ground. And boundary umpire says that'll be mine, and we'll throw it in deep in Fiji's forward 50.
I'm impressed, by the way, Beck, by the structure of the Fijians. It's something that you'll see, obviously, in rugby, particularly rugby union, and that's what they're doing here. They've taken it to the Aussie rules game. They're holding good structure, and they've really trapped the Canadians in their own defence.
Oh, absolutely, and a lot of contest around the ball. It's really physical.
Good sir got in there, got a good punch in there, but only to be taken away by Van Savannah, who kicks long up the line, but kicked it out of bounds on the full, or was it go over a bounce? No, on the full. Free kick for the Fijians, half forward flank. They decided to come back. One of the players wasn't quite ready for it. Tanaudu now had it, then it was under pressure, lost the football. Kerwin comes running in there. Her teammate picks it up, Van Savannah, who then goes for a run. Van Savannah on the right boot. Wanted Moreau to try and run onto it if she can get there. Excellent defensive punch from behind. Ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. When we came here today, we thought the Canadians would be favourites to take out this one, Beck, and maybe take it out by a comfortable margin. Fiji at the moment really throwing down the challenge to them.
Well, it's not going to happen easily, is it?
That defence is as good as you'll see in AFLW. Absolutely sensational there from Fiji to spoil that.
Oh, Legault gets whacked off the football. Will get up, feeling that in the morning and needing a Baraka. Goes up the line, only to be intercepted. Nguyen had it, then lost control of the football. Sally Fong got in there for the Fijians. Middle towards the half-forward flank. Takakag had it there momentarily. She lost control of the football. Venet's back there as well. The Fijians trying to move it forward. That's dropping the football. That'll be a free kick going the way of the Canadians. And getting it will be the number 17, Erin Regan from the Vancouver Vixens.
Garlic footy back, one of the rookie rising stars she is. She kicks it to the wing. Ball spills on the ground. I think it's going to be held in, and yes, the umpire will ball it up on the far wing.
One of the Fijian players survey here was down on the ground for quite a while and looks to be a little bit proppy getting up, so I don't know if she's injured.
So the umpire has awarded a free kick here to Fiji. I'm not sure what that was for, but she works back off the mark now and is going to look for an option. She might go long down the line. She does. To her teammates who didn't quite mark it. Ball spills again. Canada are quick to swoop on it. And the umpire has paid, I think, for a throw there. She's plucked out a throw. It was a good tackle, so definitely been a feature of Fiji's game has been their tackling pressure. They have the ball on their half-forward line. They will look to go long again inside their forward 50, and they do. It's a great kick. Goes deep inside. They can't quite grab a mark. Ball spills off hands. Goes deep into the pocket. Can Fiji gather it? No, they can't. Push in the back maybe. No, umpire says play on. Now deep inside. Fiji, pick it up. Snap. Ball goes straight up in the air. Big pack forms. Who can gather it? And it is Canada who clear the ball, and that might be out of bounds on the full. So ball will return to Fiji.
Opportunity here for them. Can they get in front? Light misty rain just there for a moment. I tell you what, for the Fijians, if they could get in front and if it rained, that would absolutely say their game plan to a T. A kick there, unfortunately, out of bounds in the full. Can you imagine, Beck, if they rained and this in-close football that they love, this would be perfect conditions for them.
Perfect conditions. And look, it is Melbourne, so I'd be surprised if it didn't rain.
And here's the kick out from fullback. Intercepted. Great mark taken in the forward pocket. Getting up there. Loata for the Fijians. She's thinking about a shot on goal. She'll be kicking from 35 metres out against the boundary line. Swings it around towards the top of the goal square. Went out the back door, trying to make a contest there. Karawaka with the football. Had it, then got knocked over. Got it back again. Karawaka tried to chase up the kick. Putting under pressure on Hillary Perry up against the boundary line. Going in there, Lara Hilmy. She lost the ball. Hilmy went back, got it again. Kicked it around the wrong way to get it to Perry. Perry with space now. Kicked it. Looking for no one in particular. Fell into space. Who's going to go in there? Radapikulova had it momentarily. She got knocked off the football. Going through Orlak, she had it and then managed to get a clearing kick. Bowden takes a mark right in front of our broadcast position.
Bowden on the half-back line now for Canada. She kicks a great drop punt down to the wing. Fiji front position. Can't quite mark the ball, but they do pick it up. Shrugs the tackle. Shrugs one. The second one was over the neck, and Fiji will receive the free kick through Marani. Marani now on the wing. What will she do? She looks to go down the line. A great drop punt kick. Back to the half-forward line for Fiji, and a super mark. Fantastic mark there from Rotonda on the half-forward line. Brilliant chest mark. So she gets back off the mark, taking her time to weigh up the decision. She'll kick the ball inside 50. Great drop punt. Doesn't quite hit the player though, and Canada front position now. Gather the football. Handball outside, only to Fiji. They gather. Handball back inside their forward 50. Back towards, and ball is smothered, and it is over the line. Good smother there by Bale, and the umpire will throw it in.
You're watching the AFL International Cup Game 2 Pool A Women's Division for 2017. It's Sunday the 6th of August, and it's a 4-point lead to Canada over Fiji. 5 behinds to 1 point. No one was expecting this tight game to be low scoring. But I tell you what, the Fijians are making it so due to their constant pressure on the Canadians, not allowing them to play their game. And out of bounds on the full, no, it was touched. No, it is on the full. The Fijian player hasn't come to collect the football. They're just pointing out who needs to take the kick. And by the look of it, Ritadina will have it. She is 45 metres out, up against the boundary line. No one in the goal square at the moment if she wants to go for home quickly. Is this the best chance yet for the Fijians to find a way to hit the front? I encourage you to go search online International Cup 2014 to see the game between these two sides. You'll see how far the development of Fiji has come. Really caught everyone by surprise, and it's fantastic to see. The leader has to spin around on the right boot, goes for the snap, on the line, it's just touched. Minor score. 2 behind Fiji, 5 behind Canada Northern Lights. Back, it's all Fiji.
It is, and just great pressure. I mean, the Canadian girls can't seem to get clear. There's always one of the Fijian players on them.
So Coach Arnold did want Canada to get numbers behind the ball, and that's what's happened. I think when they clear it, they don't have an option, but they do now, and they clear it to the 50-metre line of their defensive 50. They gather the ball. Canada now, can they pick it up and clear it out of the defensive 50? No, they can't. Fiji, hands on the ball. Big clearing handball. We're back inside Fiji's forward pocket here, and big tackle laid, and the ball has not cleared, and I think the umpire will say, that's mine once again, and we'll have a ball up deep inside Fiji's forward 50. Another great opportunity here for the Fijians to score, get the first goal on the board. That would be huge. Huge confidence booster. Ball goes up now. Great contest from both ruckmen. Ball doesn't clear, goes straight down. Pack forms again, heading towards the boundary. No one can pick it up, no clean possession. Pack forms, and the umpire will blow his whistle and says, I'll throw that up again.
We had some impressive players for Fiji so far. Latia, we've been talking about, very skillful, smooth moving, will run all day, according to the coach, Brenton Harris. Rodatina, who we saw the kick earlier, is representative for Fiji in beach volleyball.
Wow.
So that helps with her strong marking and area skills. The umpire's pulled out a free kick, and it will go the way of Fiji. And all of a sudden there's an injury, and the player on the ground, struggling at the moment, is, I think might be, she gets up okay, a bit of a sore hip. I think that might be Hillary Perry from a distance. Let's see if we can get... just a watch, she turns around and we'll get a better idea. She's got the long hair which covers the number, which is fantastic. But I think we're more concerned about her well-being. And it's the 19 that is Jaya Luka. And she just shrugs that off. No, now she's coming off the ground feeling a little worse for wear. Must have just had the stuffing knocked out of her. So an opportunity for the Canadians to push forward. They go with a hand pass, long kick to the half-back flank, outer side of the ground. Mark taken out there by the Fijians. I think it's Saveri who has the football, who just looking further afield, options presenting, decides to go inside 50 with the kick, flying high in the air, good spoil there by Gerber. She brought it to ground. Suravi, goes in there, all locked up, and the umpire will call for a bounce. 45 metres after the Fijians' goal, they're down by 3 points.
So we're in front of the old Ransford Oval scoreboard. The ball clears. Great roving there from Fiji. Tries to take on the tackler. Doesn't get through. Umpire says that's holding the ball as the ball spills. The Northern Lights, quick play on here from their half-back line. Great kick onto the wing. Didn't quite take the grab there from Canada, but will be rewarded with a free kick there, holding the player. Now, on the wing, great launch. Goes to centre-half forward. Great kick. Almost a great mark there from Canada. Back with a flight of the ball. Now the ball spills at the centre-half forward. Great pressure again from Fiji. Great tackle. And the free kick, though, has been awarded to Canada, and it is the captain, Legault, who will take the ball at centre-half forward and will look to kick inside 50 from here. So she's one of their better players, been playing since 2009 AFL football. She looks to go inside 50, just a short little pass, smart kick, and they still have the ball outside 50. So just going across the 50-metre arc at the moment, Canada. Another short kick, well played. So smart football. So back to Legault. She retains the ball. Bit of 1-2 there. Now she goes inside 50. A bit of a short pass to a 2-on-1 contest, but the ball hits the ground. Kicked out of the air there from Canada. They try and gather it inside their forward 50. Again, player tries to take on the tackler, and she ball spills free. Canada with a chance here, but no, Fiji Vanu have the football. They try and clear it. She takes them on. Will she get away with it? She handballs. Doesn't quite clear. Not to anyone. And the pack will form again. Will they get it out? No, the umpire has said, I'll throw it up here just inside Canada's 50.
Beck, the one thing we've noticed as well, very different to the game we saw earlier from GB Swans of Pakistan. I know that was one-sided, but there was a lot more run being able to be created by the Swans in that game. for the Northern Lights, no run whatsoever.
Well, that's just the pressure Fiji's putting on them, isn't it? They just can't get a run on. I think that was the first entry into their forward 50 this quarter.
Indeed it was, and since quarter time, only the one behind's been added, and it's been in Fiji's favour. They're 2 behinds, 5 behind for the Canada Northern Lights. On the outer side, Goodsir was caught with a football, tried to get rid of a hand pass, but it's all locked in there. The umpire will call for a bounce. Valerie Moreau laying in that tackle, and we'll have another ball up. So Moreau and Legault both on the ball for the Northern Lights at the moment. As it's up in the air, both ruck have a swipe at it. Spilt free. Laying the tackle in there, Ratinda, but the ball spilled out, looking for Kerwin. Downfield free kick after getting pushed afterwards. So the Northern Lights have the footy, and it looks like it'll be in the hands of Candice Kwan, I think, at the half-forward flank, far side of the ground, heading towards the Park Street end. Looks up, wants options. Kerwin was presenting, decides to go in the Moreau direction. She tried to fly from behind, but Satiri Tadrail just too strong in front, used the body and took a great mark in front of Moreau. Gets going now on the right boot, goes towards the railway side of the ground, flying through the air there. Dratini had a flying fist at the football, missed it, went out the back door. Dratini will try and chase up the footy. Pack of half a dozen, one of them in there as well, Latia, and the umpire will call for a ball up. 5 behinds the Canada Northern Lights, Fiji Vanu 2 behinds, second term action.
Ball is thrown in, hits the ground. No, I thought it might have been a push in the back, but he's paid, I think, holding the player. So Canada have the free kick on their half-forward line. Not quite inside 50, but once again, Fiji, defensively, they've been sensational. They pick the ball up and kick it through the middle, but can't quite find a player, and another bruising tackle laid from Fiji right in the centre of the ground, and holding the ball has been paid. So a real feature of the game from Fiji has been their tackling pressure. Defensively all over the ground, they are super. Here we go. They've still got the football. They go through the middle of the ground and not quite a mark. Ball spills on the ground. We're in the middle of the ground here. Ball comes out, tries to break the tackle, hits the ground. Ball hasn't spilt free. Yes, it has. Now, Fiji have it. They try and get rid of it. No, holding the ball, says the umpire. Great tackle there from Canada. They play on quickly. Amy Legault, the captain, takes a bounce. And she finds trouble. Bruising tackle from Fiji. Amy Legault did not see that coming. I hope she's okay.
And she went about 2 metres in the air before she hit the ground.
That's Marini, because it's that rugby-style tackle that they used to. The impact hits the player going up before she hits down. That's a hard landing.
She'll feel that tomorrow.
Oh, geez, almost on the cricket pitch as well, which would have even hurt even more. Amy Legault, welcome back to international football. No respect whatsoever to the world captain. Her kick forward, though, does not do anything as the siren sounds. That is half-time. Fiji won that quarter. Only kicked a point, but they have stopped the Canadians dead in their tracks. 5 behinds Canada Northern Lights, Fiji 2 behinds. Big Doll, this game can go anyway.
Well, I mean, the pressure of Fiji to stop Canada getting it into their forward 50 was amazing, but they spent so long down here in the Fijian forward 50 but couldn't convert it to a score.
It's just the thing, I guess, of Fiji, and we saw the same thing with Pakistan earlier, but obviously Fiji are a lot more physical. They just haven't been able to hit the targets, have they, Xavier? They just need that clean mark about 30 metres out from goal. They had 1 or 2 shots, but the problem was they were far, 35, 40 metres out.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's stopping them from scoring at the moment. So as I said during the call, defensively, they've been sensational. So once they have the ball in hand from a set mark, they weigh up the decisions well. So they've had some good entry, but just haven't been able to quite hit the target inside that sort of 45, 35 metre range where they can have a shot on goal.
I tell you one thing, though. The Great Britain Swans, who were one of the teams that were favoured to be the top 2 to go through in this pull through the semi-final, they'll be watching now, and I guess they'll watch back the tape as well of Fiji and be very concerned, going, oh boy, what have we got to look forward to, a Peninsula Grammar on Wednesday.
I mean, the physicality of these Fijian girls is amazing. Their body work.
I could see David Roden just outside the Fiji huddle there. He would be impressed. Very passionate about his home country. And as I said at the start of the broadcast, his sister Helen debuted for Collingwood in AFLW this year, so a strong football pedigree there. And he made the transition of rugby into football, and it does take a while.
And then the great thing is the story about their surnames. It's a different spelling, an A and an E. And like in some cultures, they thought I made different spelling for male and female. They go, actually, no, they just spelt the surname wrong on the birth certificate. And they just left it there. They didn't bother to change it. That's a great story. But I might just quickly head down. I'll get the coaches' huddles at halftime. I'll let Beck and Xavier to discuss some of the better players you thought are performing well for both teams.
So just to go over the scores again before we get into the players. So halftime here between Canada, Northern Lights and Fiji Vanu. So Canada 0 goal 5 points to Fiji 0 goals 2 points.
And I think that low scoring is indicative of the pressure, isn't it, really?
Absolutely it is, yeah. Defensively, as we said, Fiji have been sensational, and we'll hear from their coach in a second. In fact, he's calling them in now, and we'll just hand you over to the coach.
We're all over them, aren't we? Yes. We've just got this right in our hands. All we're going to do is stay disciplined when we push back, okay? We've got to make sure we clog up those numbers, and when we're going forward, now the run's just dropped off a little bit, okay? So our girls that are starting, we've only got, remember, 3 starting in the forward line, so you've got to come up a bit and present. You can't stand back and wait for 2 kicks to come. We've got the ball around the middle here about half forward. You can't wait for one more kick and then another kick. You've got to come up and present and be that option, okay? And then we'll in after that. But there's no point waiting back 2 kicks away. Let's start being more aggressive coming out of the forward line, and when we've got the ball around half forward, let's start flooding forward our wingers and our half forwards. I know you've done the hard work to push back and to clog up the space, but that's when we also need you to start flooding forward, and that's how we're going to get goals. So we've done half the job's done. We've stopped them, right? We've closed off their game. They haven't played the way they wanted to play. They wanted what we said at the start. They wanted to just go from contest to contest to contest. We haven't let them do that. Now the next step is to start playing our way, which is to use our pace, use our athleticism, and use the space. So we've done a fantastic job for half a game. We've closed them down. Now let's win the game, okay? We've stopped them. We've stopped them now. Now it's time for us to step up and win the game, and that means flooding forward, running hard into the space, and let's get some scores on the board. But it's been absolutely fantastic. We're the better team out there, yeah? You feeling that?
Yes!
Okay, just grab a bit of water, have a rest, and we'll run through the team just before we go back out.
Making that big.
Well, the coach there saying exactly what we expected, really, didn't he? Saying, we've locked them down, but now they've actually got to play their game and put some points on the board.
So as we just move over now, we'll just, in a second, we'll give you the Canadian halftime speech as well. So both coaches I've been impressed with, very instructional, very positive, and really coaching in the spirit of the game.
Absolutely. Be interesting to see what the message from the Canadian coach is at halftime.
So Canada just split into their 3 zones, defence, midfield and attack at the moment, and they'll regroup in a second, and then we'll give you that halftime address from their coach, Jason Arnold, I think it is. So just recapping those scores again, halftime here. So Canada, Northern Lights, 0 goal 5 points, leading Fiji Vanu, 0 goals to 2 points. And that breeze has just started to pick up again, Beck.
It has, hasn't it? We've been talking all morning about the hail that was meant to be coming down, so that'll make things interesting.
And I'm glad to report that we have returned with some coffees this time.
Yes, we've got the coffee now. So
what happened in the coffee line, Beck?
Well, there was a 40-minute wait, and there was actually people starting to fight with each other. So you reckon it's tough on the ground here? Go over the coffee cart and you'll see some stuff. I'll give you the big tip.
Where was the Fiji tackle just to knock a couple out?
Well, I should have got one of the Fijian girls to come over with me and tackle someone, and I might have got my coffee a bit quicker. So I'll think that through actually next time. I'll recruit someone to my coffee.
And we'll now take you through. No, they're still in their groups. The Canadian Northern Lights are about to regroup as a team, and we'll take you to that halftime address in a second. So the Fijians, Dave Roden has now stepped into the Fijian circle. Of course, is now an umpire post his AFL career, but just giving some instructions there to the girls. I'm sure it will be super positive given the person that he is.
Oh, absolutely. And I think the competition, the level of this competition is really, really high. I wonder if there's any AFLW scouts hanging around.
Yeah, that did cross my mind, and I hope there is, because there's definitely some talent out there. And with the upcoming second season not far off, I would hope there would be some scouts here looking, because there's some serious talent out on the ground there. And Fiji in particular, two teams they essentially bring together. They had a 10-week program there back in the home country, and then after that 10-week program they've picked the best talent across the two sides. I think who we have, the Crows and the Leon Raiders. So most of the girls you would think would know each other, given that there was just two teams across that 10-week program.
Exactly, but that is always the challenge with these sort of competitions, is bringing together players who haven't consistently played with each other to try and see how they can mesh together.
So we'll just cross now to Canada's huddle. I think we'll be able to pick up the halftime address.
We've been great. You can see they're still holding on there. Right, it was a great quarter going into the breeze. Really happy with that. What would we have? We had 6 inside 50s to our 2, right? Now with the breeze, this is the quarter, right? We've been working really hard, but I think we've got a few that aren't, we're leaving it to too few. We've got half a dozen that are cracking, getting the ball, and we've got another lot that haven't stepped up, and we talked about that when we at the start of the game. Right, now's the time. Right, it's a great challenge for us. We said we wanted a challenge, well you got one now, right? We'll see how good we are, okay? Hard the contest, release by hands, we're trying to do too much. Gauge the play. Right, we've got a couple of players that are getting caught, give the ball off, release and run. And MP talked about when we're coming inside 50, we're being a bit too cute. We've got players, our key forwards are leading and we're not kicking it long to them. I want to see it kick long this quarter and get our smalls in there. Scooter, Sarah, Lego, Trish, Robbie, Larry there. If anyone will go this way, we have to be accountable. But Larry, I want every time it's coming in, you're reading it, right? If she doesn't go with you, you're reading it to rebound, right? You play that really well. Nicola, freeing up and just run and get the ball, all right? Lego, if you need a break, you let us know. Val, get in there. Where are you? Right, let's go, okay? Want half a dozen or more from you and carry it. Chantel changing and Decal do that. Brandy will get you in to give HP a rest. Robbie up there, Leah up there. Let's hit some great contest, Robbie. Great contest out there, all right? Let's go.
Beck, what'd you take from that?
Well, the coach really talking about they're getting it long into their 50 and their key forwards leading up. So I think if they can get it past the Fijian defence and get it into their 50, that's what they need to do.
That's certainly the key for them in this third quarter, is to try and get it out into the open space and play that running game, which they started to show a little bit in the first quarter, but couldn't quite get it going due to Fiji's ferocious tackling and defensive pressure. So Canada, with the men's team surrounding them, great support across both male and female teams here with the countries. Fiji are back out into position, ready to go.
They're keen, aren't they?
They are keen. They're cold because they're standing waiting for Canada, who still haven't quite finished there. So some final words there from the coach or potentially the captain before they go out into the third quarter. Recapping those scores again: Canada 0 goal 5 points, leading Fiji 0 goal 2 points here at Ransford Oval. Beautiful winter's day, Beck.
Oh, beautiful Melbourne day. But I think really in this quarter, I think if Fiji can keep locking them up like they were, but Fiji also needs to then convert that into scores on the board because it's such a low-scoring game.
Certainly is. We hope we get the first goal this quarter as the umpire looks and starts to resume play any second now. We're on the third quarter here of this first round clash between Canadian Northern Lights and Fiji Vanu. Waiting for the siren here to start the second half. Umpires in position, players are in position, and we're away. The siren goes. Umpire blows the whistle, throws it up, and we're away for the third quarter now. Great contest again in the ruck. Ball spills to the ground. Fiji pick it up, gather, quite get the handball out, but now Canada have got it on their wing. They enter their forward 50, a hurried kick. Ball spills. Fiji taps it. It's on the ground. A lot of players gather. Ball spills out. Canada come, work the ball backwards. Now a big, quick, high kick inside their forward 50. Great contest again from Fiji and Canada. The ball off the ground, that could be out of bounds on the full. I can't quite see, Pete.
Indeed it is, and that means a free kick going the way of Amy Legault, the captain of the Canadian Northern Lights. Elects to play on with no one on the mark. Oh, she dropped the football cold. Oh, she's made an absolute meal of that. And Vatiti put the pressure on, but they still managed to regain it. Get it forward to Robinson. Robinson across the face of goal. Nicole Robinson's kick has gone towards the top of the square. Arnold went in there. She can't pick up clean possession. Ball gets away from her over the boundary line and out of bounds. You heard Beckdahl in the huddle there at half-time. The talk from Amy Legault of, we are the hunter.
Yeah, absolutely. She might not have recovered from that tackle in the second quarter yet. That might have slowed her down a bit.
As the hand pass goes backwards, the Lights still under pressure. The Fijians trying to come out of their defence. Good little bit of run and handball looking for Loata. Got taken away from her. Ball still on the deck, courtesy of a Hilary Perry tackle. Going in there as well as Corrigan for the Canada Northern Lights. Also fighting in hard there, Latia. She can't extract the football. Traffic jam occurring, 45 metres out from goal. Umpire circling as if he was playing duck, duck, goose. Now blows the whistle and she says, I'll call for a ball up. So 50 metres out from the Northern Lights goal. They're taking with the breeze. One or two little spits of rain. Nothing to worry about at this stage. It's Hilary Perry. Kicks it inside 50. Moreau takes the mark. Valerie Moreau playing for the Eastern Devils in the Swiss Wellness VFL Women's Competition and a member of the Victorian Women's Football Academy over the summer. Played for St Kilda in their exhibition game against the Australian Defence Force at Etihad Stadium a few months ago. Coming in for a shot on goal. And takes on the play on the mark, who jumped, danced around her, unloading from 40. It's away to the left. Minor score. 6 behinds for the Canada Northern Lights, 2 behinds for Fiji in this very low-scoring, tight contest. The Fijians playing the game on their term, but the Lights turning it on at the start of the third quarter.
So Fiji have the ball. Tabara it is, who will kick out from full-back. It's a strong breeze now. Interesting to see what she will do with this. Looking to go slightly down the centre of the ground. It's a torp. It's a great roost. It actually goes out the far side, and she's found a team player in across the half-back line now in front of the Ransford Oval old scoreboard. Fiji now. And unfortunately, the second kick has gone out of bounds on the full, so Northern Lights will retain the football on their half-forward line. So Fiji there, a couple of kicks, couldn't quite retain the ball. So Northern Lights back inside their forward 50 with a long ball. Can't quite mark the ball there from Fiji defenders. Ball hits the ground and the umpires paid a free kick there to Canada. Did you see that was for Beck?
No.
So I think that might have been a push in the back. So Canada have a shot now.
Might be Nicole Robertson. We'll have a look at that.
So we think it's Nicole Robertson who will have a shot for goal. Just about 25 metres out. It's quite a tough angle though in front of the old pavilion, and it's a behind, and that'll be 7 behinds now for Canada to 2 Fiji Vanu. So Fiji Vanu from fullback again will kick out. I think it's Taboo again. What will she do? It was a great kick last time, and she's going to go long, and she goes to the other side, commentary side here. Ball hits the palm of the hands and will fall over the line, and the boundary umpire will throw it in on the 50-metre arc. Yours, Pete?
Renee Tong there getting involved as we'll have a throw in. Still early stages here of this third term on the AFL International Cup stream on YouTube. Trying to go in there is Kerwin, trying to get a punch going forward. Amy Legault wanted to get involved, got roughed up on the way through. At the feet there, Marini. She tries to bust her way through, got stopped in her tracks by Vanessa Bennett. Ball hit the ground. Moreau waiting for it, had it, dropped it like it was a piece of soap. Had to go in there again. Carquinio wanted to go in there, couldn't get out the football. Amy Legault gets tackled. Tough footy there. Latia was there. Her kick was smothered. They try to drive the ball for the Fijians. They gain 20 metres and they get it to their centre half-back positions. Heads clash in that pack. Umpire circles, blows the whistle, calls for a ball up. Fiji yet to go inside their forward half of the ground in this third term. It's the Canadians that are doing all the pressure at the moment and the Fijians that are holding on. Sadiri Chadrao managed to work it sideways. They couldn't get the run and curry that they've been looking for. Sally Fong was there as well. Went out to the far side. Going in to lay the tackle is Moreau. Spun her play around, but the hand pass came out clean. Still it's a Canadian football. It's long. It's high towards 50. Flying through the air. Leah Van Savenet takes a mark. She's one of the Canadians that are playing with the Eastern Devils in the VFLW. And she looks further afield. She points, going, wagons ho, let's go. And she kicks it and just bounced off the chest there of Arnold, who came charging through. Couldn't hang on to the pill. Going in there again, Paulini. She can't get the football out. 50 out from defensive goal for the Fijians. Moreau gets in there for Canada. Her hand pass stolen. Pressure put on there by Corrigan. Forces the spill. Ball hits the ground. 30 out from defensive goal. Going in there to lay a tackle. Loada puts on great pressure. Now going in again is Corrigan. But the ball pops out for Fiji. They kick it out towards the wing on the outer side of the ground. Boom, crash bodies hit the ground. Going in there is Bale. She wanted to lay a tackle. Couldn't do so, but it affected an awkward kick. Moreau chases after the football. No good. Regan goes in there as well. Hurry kick from the Canadians. Gains 15 metres. Only to be intercepted. Taken away by Satiri Chadrao. Moves it towards the half-back flank. Umpire blows the whistle. Free kick going the way of the Fijians.
So Fiji now retain the football on their half-back line. Great passage of play there, both teams. Great spirit. So Fiji with the football, just weighing up a decision. Might look to come inboard, and they do. To their centre half-back, or maybe not the best option with Canada circling, but then Fiji retain the ball again. Kick wide now on their wing. Players go up, ball hits the ground. It's Canada who reclaim the ball. Oh, great kick back through, and not quite a mark there across their half-forward line. Stops, props, turns, handballs. Another handball, but only to Fiji. Oh, crunching tackle, but too high, says the umpire. And it is Kakanuku, I think, who's got the ball. Centre half back. Awarded the free kick. Too high, says the umpire. Fiji now, half back line. Kick it towards the middle of the ground, but only to find Canada. Can't quite mark the ball. Spills forward. Great tackle. Could have been in the back, but the umpire says no, allows it to play on. And the scrum forms again, and the umpire will ball it up on the far wing.
Fijians getting rowdy on the bench. They can just feel some momentum building. They've managed to finally get the ball out of the back line into the centre of the ground. Can they create some run from the middle? They do so. They got it to Jennifer Goodser, who goes towards the half-forward line. Under pressure, forcing the spoil there is Robertson. Tries to move it towards the half-back flank. Defensive wing on the railway side of the ground. Going after it's Paulini. She wanted to kick along the ground. Her kick was stopped dead in its tracks. Packers forming. Waiting on the outside there is Smith for the Canadians. But the umpire says it's a holding infringement, and it is going the way of the Fijians. And they get up feeling a little worse for wear out of that contest and have an opportunity to drive forward there between wing and half-forward flank, far side of the ground. Winds up for a long kick. Tries to acknowledge the lead that's coming. Chadrao was there at her feet. Kicked it off the carpet. Trying to go in and chase the ball. Loata had it. Lost control of it. Got it to a teammate. Bale had it momentarily. Knocked out of her hands. Sent back from whence it came by Valerie Moreau. Goes towards centre half forward. Was good with a kick. Little nudge in the back. Umpire won't pay the 50-metre penalty. Hand pass to Moreau, who picked up the football. Took one bounce. Run to 50 metres out. Valerie Moreau with a bomb. Bouncing in the square. It's away to the right. Minor score. 8 behinds the Canada Northern Lights, 2 behinds the Fiji. Vanu on special comments, Beckdale.
Well, I think one goal in the context of this game is going to be huge, but the Fijian coach at half-time said to the girls, you've locked them down, you've done that, and now we have to score. But the Canadian pressure is so good now that they haven't been able to get it into their forward.
So Fiji now from full-back once again. Kicks it out, finds a player, shrugs a tackle. They're deep in their pocket. They kick it now back through the centre of the ground, but not the best option, and it's intercepted by Nicola Kerwin. She's got the Gaelic football background. She's showed us a bit in this game. I like her. She's a good player. She's got the ball with around 45 metres out. Umpire's trying to get her back on her mark. She goes back, has a kick, won't get the distance. Falls short. Oh, smothered by Fiji. Almost a goal there from Canada. And the umpire will, no, ball spills out. Canada's still a chance here. Deep in the pocket. Can they get rid of it? No. And holding the ball, says the umpire. Great tackle once again. Fiji, quick play on. Fiji. Exit there defensive 50 with a solid mark 2 in front of the old Ransford Oval scoreboard.
Takake now with the football, half-back flank underneath the light tower, far side of the ground. Looking forward for some options. Can she hit someone and can she get some run going? She looked to her left, then decided to go down the line. Long, high, raking kick in the air and almost a strong mark taken. Hilmy was in there, had it momentarily for the Lights. She was stopped into her tracks and will call for a ball up. You've got a feeling that about now there has to be a play from Fiji to try and level the scores because they'll have the wind in the final quarter. and they know they'll be able to play it on their terms, but if they can get it to being even Stevens, they would have to be favourites to take out the contest. At the moment, it's Canada up by 6 points as Talamina was caught, and the umpire says, I'll have the football back, and we'll call for another ball up. Away we go again, punching her forward. Rotudina dispossessed of the football on the far side. Regan had it momentarily, lost control of it. High-ranking kick, umpire plays 15 because even though it went 15 metres, it went 15 metres up in the air, not in distance. A hurry kick, though, by the Fijians, gains about 30 or 40 metres, but out of bounds on the full. A chance for the Canadians to try and resettle. I think it's Brandy Corrigan that has the football, and they'll be bringing it back into play.
So the Northern Lights now on the wing with the football. Where will they go? Bring it back through the middle or down the line? Generally the two options she's got. Looks like she's going to try and come back through the middle. Oh, smothered though. So Fiji with a chance. They knock it forward. Can they pick it up and gather? Yes, she will. Great football. Gets a kick, a hurried kick, but it dribbles inside the forward 50. Canada's in front. Gets the handball out. Another bruising bump. Fiji can't quite gather the football. It was free. Get a kick. So a kick goes for Fiji inside the 425, but no one's home. Canada regroup. Handball. Long handball. Beautiful handball. They will now exit their defensive 50 with a long raking kick to the wing. It goes to no one. It's a running contest. Canada wins it. Canada now on the left. Kicks it inside their forward 50. It dribbles through. This could be the opportunity for the first goal if they can pick up and gather here, but they can't. Fiji once again on the ball. Umpire says, I'll throw it up in front of the Ransford Oval scoreboard.
Just to show the difference in play, 20 goals were kicked by the Swans in their game. So for those watching via CBC, watching their first game of Aussie rules, there's normally a lot more goals kicked. It's just the Fijians have come today with a massive amount of pressure and really put the Canadians right on their back foot as the hand pass tries to come looking for Latia. Had it. Oh, bicycle kick. How do you like that? Bring out the party tricks. Now going to Rutinda. Now had it momentarily. Knocked away from her. Trying to strip the player of the ball there was Redading Kalavu. I'll get that right by the end of the day. Where's Les Murray? Unfortunately, he's passed away. He's the voice of not only soccer, but obviously pronouncing very difficult surnames, and he was articulate in his research. As the ball is on the far side, now for Legault at half forward. Legault put it into the space there of the Cole Robinson. Ran onto it, ducking and weaving and spinning around on the right boot towards the top of the square. Vincent Bennett was playing from behind when she needed to be in front. And that means Barini took an easy mark for the Fijians. She'll look to switch play. She does. She comes to the broadcast side pocket. Awkward bouncing football. Latia waited for it, trying to judge the bounce. Overran it. Irwin went in there. Hand pass back. Got new in there for support. Hurry kick away into a dangerous zone. Trying to trap it there is Rolf. She gets brought to ground. And the umpire will say no for opportunity. Will call for a ball up. On special comments today, it's Beckdahl.
Well, the Fijian pressure is amazing, but Canada, I mean, as frustrated they are that they can't get a run on, they're not letting the Fijians score either.
Canada now, ball up inside their forward 50. Can they clear it? It's Fiji at the bottom of the pack once again. Ball spills free. Fiji retain it. Oh, she almost tries to break the tackle. What will the umpire pay here? Too high? I agree with that. Just over the shoulder there. So once again, Fiji first to the ball, and they are awarded with the free kick. So they've got the ball in their defensive 50. Plenty of encouragement from the sidelines here from the Fijians. Great to see. They're vocal. So she's wiring up her decision now from the defensive 50. Great kick through the middle of the ground, but only goes to the captain of Canada, and she plays on. Legault quickly on the left, kicks it back inside their forward 50. Can they find a mark? No, they can't. Ball spills free. Tackle again from Fiji, sensational, and the umpire will ball it up once again around 40 metres, 35, 40 metres out of Canada's goal, and a little bit of a scuffle.
Vanessa Bennett not happy with the attention she's getting, so a little bit of aggression and a little bit of argument and a bit of push and shove. And the tension building up between these two teams because the pressure's just been building and building and building. And Kakino now kicks in towards the middle of the ground. Nothing to run onto. Can the Fijians get there? That's the question to make a contest of it. Players falling over left, right and side here. There's a body count here at Ransford Oval. Great mark taken. and holding on to it there as you hear the crowd going nuts. Kakinio has the football for the Fijians. She's told to get a wiggle on and move it. She does. Close towards the boundary line and flying through the air is Goodser. She takes the mark. Right in front of the coach's bench for Fiji in our broadcast position. Goodser for Fiji, side down by a goal, third term. Goes towards half forward. And it was an easy mark there. I think it was Ilmi who took it for the Canadians. They go up the line looking for Moreau. Juggled it. Managed to trap it. Valerie Moreau with the football. She is 65 metres out from home. She wants an option. No one leading to her. She originally had Nicola Kerwin. Went away from her. Went towards the pocket. Hands in the air by Arnold. Couldn't hang on to the pill. Nguyen lurking nearby. Goodser tries to kick the football off the ground. Hurry kick out of the pack there by Talbar. Now moved it towards the half-back flank. Got trapped. Hand pass off. Now Lara Hilmi kicked it, but it was a dribbler along the ground. Lego tried to lay the smother. Was no good. The Fijians kick towards the middle of the ground. Now the run on here. Puts a car cake. Kicks it towards centre half forward. Opportunity here. That'll be in the back. No! Oh my goodness, umpire. Going in there is Bale. She's caught. Hand pass off. Managing to go Kakino. Got it on. Now getting across to Tarcake. Goes for goal. It's away to the left. And it won't go. Now will go out of bounds. Fijians disappointed they didn't get a goal, but it's right in the perfect position for them, Beck.
Absolutely.
This game has gone up a notch in the last 5 minutes. The crowd's right into it. The standard has definitely lifted a level here. Fiji gathered out the ruck and snaps at the first goal. Fiji! They're on the board. Fiji, what a fantastic. It was Kakanako has kicked the first goal out of the ruck. I like the way she plays. She's been one of their better players today. Read the ball beautifully in the ruck there and snapped it over her left shoulder for the first goal of the game.
Scores a level, Beck. 8 behind Canada, 1-8 Fiji. Could we be looking at a boil over? That's the three-quarter time siren. 17 and a half minutes to play, and the Fijians will have the slight breeze.
Oh, absolutely. And in the context of this game, that goal was huge. I mean, it wasn't easy to get, but that can make all the difference in a low-scoring game. This morning, Peter, we were trying to find the record books for the highest score in the International Cup. I think we might be looking for the lowest score perhaps now.
And they finally managed to break it open. They had been holding a line, hadn't they, Xavier, the Canadians in defence, when the first attack came 5 minutes ago. That broke down. That opened up space. And finally the Fijians, who've been looking for some run, found it.
Sure did, but I love my defence, and I think it was all set up by Fiji's defence across that half-back line. They're just super in the way they support each other. There was a great Shepherd laid on in the back pocket there before they exited their defensive 50. But, yeah, you're right. Once they got out into the open space, it was on.
I'm going to go down as the Fijian huddles here. I'm going to probably hear some panic happening from the Canadian huddles. Some very interesting coaches' speeches we're going to hear at three-quarter time.
So just to recap those scores, three-quarter time, it's now all locked away. Fiji 1-8 to Canada 0 goal, 8 points, all level. Beck?
Well, the Fijian coach at half-time said they needed to start scoring. Now they'd locked down the pressure, and they left it to the very last minute of that quarter, but who knows what might come in the next quarter.
Half-time. We've stopped their game, and now we said we're going to win the game. We've started, haven't we? We've taken the first step. We're coming home to the attacking end. We've just got to run and run and run. If it starts hurting, you've just got to run through it, okay? That's what's winning us the game. Okay, now this time, we're coming home with the win. We've got to be attacking. We've got to be attacking. So we're going to get rid of our extra girl in defence, okay? So Vettelina, you're coming down to the forward line where you were going to start originally, okay? These are the most important things in the back. Vasek, you've got to stay. You've got to stay with number 25, okay? Okay, doing terrific. You're playing awesome. All we need to do to stop them now is we stop the 25, so you stay next to her, and we stop the number 7. That's your job, Sateri. You know that. Don't worry about anything else that's going on. You just look after number 7. Bar's got number 25, and then they've got no attacking options. Okay, we're going to close them down. We stay side by side the way we've been doing it. We keep putting the numbers back. But when we start coming forward, that's when we've really got to, like we did down there, we had it open, we were running in numbers, running in waves, and that's how we win it, okay? We run in waves. So we stay disciplined, we don't get sucked into the forward line, but when we do have the ball, we run in waves. So we're not standing ahead of the ball, waiting for it and clogging it up, we're running with the ball, we run it down. That's terrific, okay. So Lonnie doing a great job in there with the extra legs in there. Funga, outstanding. Funga, just let, in this last quarter, if we have to take the kick-ins, we let Tia take the kick-in, okay, and you get back and help guard those, help guard that extra space, okay, and you be the option to take the mark. Nessie, Skipper doing absolutely awesome. Var, terrific. So Terry, you guys got that lockdown job. It's up to you two. You lock those down and we win the game. Varney stay on the wing. Harla's back in the middle. Jennifer back on the wing. Adelini back on the ground on the forward flank. I need our two forward flanks again. You're playing defensive, you're playing back, and then you're going to be the ones that I need your run to come down along the...
Well, there was a lot of talk about running, but they identified the two Canadians they want to shut down in attack, number 7, Brandy Corrigan, and number 25, Leah Vansavant. So they're the dangers.
People
to Canada now.
But the good thing about our game is you've got a chance to rectify it. Right? You're not going to win this game without everybody being hard to contest. Right? It can't just be on this one. A couple of others. Well, that was a good quarter. I needed a couple more crashing in there. Leo, I'm going to put you in the middle here. Right? Let's not give away silly free. We had momentum, silly frees, and there's a couple of times there where we just got to keep it moving forward quicker. All right, when we've got free kicks, Val, there and there, we've got to get it moving in and give us a chance. When it's 5-on-5, we said 7 and 7, right, it's a lot harder for us. We've looked good when we've had space and keep it moving. Be smart about keeping it moving, right? Let's get it going a bit quicker around that. Larry, we're just going to play you loose there and we'll change from there. DK will let that know, all right? But that still allows you to push forward with it and be damaging, all right? Not just sitting behind. Score's level. We can't defend. We've got to get in front first, right? Freeze really hasn't had a play. Again, 8 points to 1 goal too. They've made the most opportunities. It's one of our pillars. We talk about it all the time, but the game's not over, all right? We haven't played anywhere near our best, and I'm looking forward to come out and see what we do. This will be a real test. Those who haven't had a touch in the first 3 quarters, all right? The good thing about our game, you're going to have a great last quarter and win the game for us. All right? See what we've got here? All right? Make the most of our opportunities forward and create the space. What they're doing also is they've got numbers back. We've got time. 3 or 4 players, we're better to come forward and make it a one-on-one contest forward, rather than having 3 or 4. Once we get the lead, if we get the lead, it'll be one-on-one and making contact. Right, bring it in. Let's go.
Come on, girls.
We haven't played well, girls. We haven't played well, but this last quarter, it's time to lift. Right? We got it?
Yes.
Hard at the contest. Let's go, Lego.
Let's go, girls. Let's make this happen. Canada on 3. 1, 2, 3. Canada!
So there you have it, Beck. It's Canada. What'd you make of that?
Well, I really liked that it was encouraging the girls who perhaps haven't stepped up in the last 3 quarters, quite rightly saying that, you know, the beauty of football is you can win the game in the last quarter.
What a contest. All square at 3-quarter time. What a great game it's been so far. And if the last quarter's anything to live up to, we're in for a ripper.
Oh, so tight, so much pressure. And 1 goal is going to make a huge difference to either team at this stage.
Certainly will, as a light drizzle just starts to cover Ransford Oval here. Pete Reid joins us back in the commentary position. Players, umpires are back out on the field for the start of this 4th quarter round 1 match, International Cup 2017.
As the umpire holds the ball aloft, the siren sounds, 17.5 minutes remaining. Will we see a boil over in game 2? Hurry kick away by Latia towards the wing. That's smart footy. Ratinda had it, got the hand pass away. Latia under pressure, held without it after she got rid of it. Lego giving away the free kick. Latia for the Fijians. She is on centre wing broadcast side, scores a level, kicks in board, dangerous kick. Could we see a turnover? Indeed we do. It was Nicole Robinson that made the going. She kicked towards centre half forward. Mark taken there by Hilary Perry. Perry between centre and centre half forward. On the right boot, Lego had, Lego had space and ironed out her opponent. She got airborne on the way through.
Not for the first time today.
If she got any more airborne, she would have got frequent flyer miles. As the Fijians have it at the half-back flank. Went left, went right, and then played on, got caught, got the hand pass away there by Vatiti. Latia had it. She tried to get the hand pass away. Vansavenet was there. She got knocked over when she tried to get a kick towards centre half forward. Umpire's blown the whistle for a downfield free kick, and it will go the way of, I think, Jacqueline Halliday with it. Now goes the hand pass. Moreau Dance left, dance right, round around, 50 metres out from home, and he scored, puts the Canadians up, but a mark taken in defence for the Fijians. They'll relieve the pressure.
Once again, Fiji's defence, it just holds up, has all day. Great clearing kick as well. Not quite outside their defensive 50, but a super mark on the chest, and Fiji have it deep in their defence. This time they'll clear it outside 50, far side, but it only goes to Canada with a quick play on. And, oh, great tackle though from Fiji, but played a trip there, says the umpire. Good call. So Canada will take the ball just outside or just on their forward 50, far side. There's a slight drizzle. It's just about to clear up, I think, but Canada have the football. Will she go long? Great kick. Drop punt kick inside forward 50. Huge pack forms. Ball hits the ground. Fiji once again. Defence gathers and a huge clearing kick from Fiji back through the middle of the ground. Tap two. Now they're clear. Fiji, can they run it on? Off the ground. Here we go. There's plenty of space. Fiji, 1, 2, 3. Kicks off the ground. They're inside 50 now. And they'll have a shot on goal. Fiji. And no. Just missed it, but what a great play. Once again, all set up through Fiji's defence. It started from their back line and it resulted in a shot on goal. Couldn't quite convert.
Fiji lead by 1 point, 139 to 8 behinds. Will we have an upset here? I guess the most important thing the coaching bench needs to get out to the Fijians is we're up. There's the rain. Just stick wide. Stick wide. If it goes out of bounds, doesn't matter. The clock gets killed, Beckdoll. Time
Absolutely.
is Fiji's best friend.
Absolutely.
As we wait for the ball to be thrown back into play, they can't afford the ball to go in the central corridor, the Fijians. They have to stay wide at all costs. The central corridor is where the Canadians need to find to get some drive going forward against the slight breeze. Rain holds up for a moment. Far side of the ground. Hilmy with the kick. Tries to gain some space. The Canadians are starting to open up if they can. Now going in there and getting the hand passes. Hillary Perry unloads her teammate Nguyen. Kicks it in towards the middle of the ground. Flying through the air. Latia was there. Knocked it to the advantage. Makaturbao had it momentarily. Knocked off the footy. Suravi goes in after the football. Got away from her. Now gets a hurry kick away through the agency of Goodsir. She uses wide. She finds Rotini and the boundary line out of bounds between centre wing, half forward flank for the Fijians. They lead by 1 behind.
Terrific contest here. This game is alive and well. Ball's thrown back in. Ball hits the ground now, picked up by Fiji. Kicked inside their forward 50. It dribbles through. Ball on the ground now. Who can pick it up? Who's got it? Fiji again, quick kick, and they've got a mark inside their 50. This is huge. Can't see who's got that, Pete. Who's got the ball there, I think.
Just got her side to me. I've got
I think it might be Rotundo, maybe.
Or Kakino. But I tell you what, she was just told by her teammates, then take your time. Not only do you have 30 seconds to have a shot and it kills the clock, if she gets it straight, that could be beyond Canada.
Shot on goal now, Fiji. This is huge. She's taken her time. She goes back. She's launched and she's kicked the goal. Fiji, 2 goals. Fantastic. It was actually Kavanuka who's kicked that, number 21.
Kaganina Vanua. Kaganina Vanua. 2, 3, 15. 8 behind Canada. They lead by 7 points, Fiji. My goodness, Beck. The Canadians have to score twice.
Oh, and in the context of this game, that's huge.
We'll, of course, have after the match an interview with the coach. We'll get who we think might be the best player, and as well, we might, if they sing their national anthem or whatever team song they've got, we'll capture that as well. The Fijians on the verge of a major ball over and beating the reigning champions. Legault in the middle of the ground, tried to break free. She kicked towards the wing position. Foot race on. Tough football in here at the moment. Just getting bumped off of it and going back again. Tanadao had it. Got it to Latia. Tanadao is maybe caught without it. Breaking free there is Bowden. Bowden goes for a run for the Canadians. Goes inside 50 with a kick. Nearly getting falconed was Ireland. She went back in after the football. Runner Believer had it momentarily. She got knocked over and dispossessed of the football. The Fijians trying to attack hard. Out towards the wing position. Tabau had it. She went towards the half-back flank position. She's looking for the agency at the boundary line. She finds it. That kills a bit of time. Fijians holding the 7-point lead.
Fiji rock solid in defence once again. Boundary throw in now on the 50-metre line. Ball just spills free. Canada pick it up. Can't quite clear it. They've got the numbers. Good hands, back. Now they'll kick it inside their forward 50, but once again, Fiji are there. Can't quite mark the ball. Ball hits the ground, pack will form, and the umpire will say, I'll throw it up.
Beck, here's the interesting question. If Canada lose this game, They've got Great Britain to face in the final round of the pool. They lose to Great Britain and Fiji win 2 games. That's the reigning champions out before the semis.
Well, absolutely. And having seen Great Britain this morning, I don't think they're going to be a walkover by any means.
This is a huge game here for Fiji. The pressure's on. Canada now starting to get close to goal, but they just can't quite get there. Fiji again, huge clearing kick. The torpedo, we love it. Bring it back, and it clears all the way, almost to the centre wing. Ball still bouncing. Fiji, no, the umpire has called a throw-in on the far wing.
We talk about these booming kicks out of defence. I know a few AFLW recruiters are here. I know Paige Cardona from the Western Bulldogs said she'd be taking a look. They'd be watching that and feeding back to their coach, not just the players, but looking at the tactics going, we really do need to be practicing the torpedo more at AFLW level, because this is a game changer that's proven today with the pressure put on by the Fijians. Here's the kick. They were looking to try and go towards centre half forward. Part underneath it was Regan. Got knocked away from her. More collateral damage as Canadians go down left, right and centre like toy soldiers. Sally Fong is caught too high. Free kick going the way of the Canadians. Amy Legault giving away that free kick. Fong with a football. She's near centre half forward. Fiji hold by a lead by 7 points. The rain is starting to drizzle down. That helps them out. Ball goes into space. Kakino goes after the football. She's chasing it. She's being ridden there by Orlak. She had it, then got the football back for the Canadians. Hair pass into space. Now Van Sevenet try to get a hurry kick away. Moreau is caught. Brakes put on her. She's going nowhere. Great tackle there by Tulavuka. And the umpire is going to call for a ball up. 35 metres out from the Fijian goal. We're nearing the halfway mark of the final quarter, and they're leading the reigning champs by 7 points.
Absolutely, and the Fijian men's team have come down here and joined them on the boundary line. And I think, if nothing else, the spirit of these Fijians will take them home.
They've got the momentum, Fiji. They're in their forward 50, but it's Canada who will clear it. Nice kick outside. Great attack on the ball there from the Northern Lights, and it runs out.
I think they're sensing the upset. David Roden acting as the water boy running off the ground. He is grinning ear to ear like a Cheshire cat.
He would be very happy with this contest so far, David Roden. So boundary umpire now throws it back in on the Fiji 50-metre line. Ball spills, gathered by Northern Lights. They can't quite get a clean possession, and the umpire will say, no, that's a throw. And a great tackle there from Canada. So they've got the football in front of the old Ransford Oval scoreboard. Now kicking clear. Down the wing. Great long ball down the line. Can't quite get a mark though. It's gathered by Fiji. Can't get a clean possession. And umpire has paid holding the ball or dropping the ball there, I think. So it's Canada now on the wing with the football. What can they do? They need to score. Great kick. Just didn't go long, went short, and they've now playing possession football, Canada. They've gone wide to the captain. Legault marks. What can she do with it? So good possession football now with Canada, just starting to settle. They need to do this. They can't blaze away. So Legault now goes inside their 50. Great mark inside 50. This has been a good build-up here from Canada, Beck.
Oh, absolutely. And Amy Legault, the captain's really trying to take the game on and inspire the team, I think. But I think Fiji's just their defence is too strong, and now they've been able to convert that into scoring. I think Canada's looking down the barrel of a defeat.
It does feel like Fiji have the momentum, but it's Canada who are now going close to goal. They kick deep inside their forward 50, but as you just predicted, Fiji retain the football. Their defence is just so rock solid. They kick a clearing kick back towards the boundary, and it'll be a throw-in just on Canada's 50-metre line.
I mean, Canada's had it in their forward, but they just can't penetrate that Fijian defence.
They can't. Here's their opportunity again through the captain, Legault. She gathers. Oh, that's a crunching tackle. What the umpire play there? Yeah, too high, he says. So the captain of Canada has the football about 65 out. What can she do?
She's looking further afield. Who will present to her? She decides to go with a short pass. Pinpoint accurate to Lara Hilmy. We haven't seen much of that today from Canada. They've not hit up their targets with that. And at the moment, the Fijians are just flooding back. There's only one Fijian, in fact, inside their own forward half. They know how important the situation is. The ball came off hands. Bowden goes out the football. She's all wrapped up. Hurry kick. They try to come out of defence. Quick little hand in there by Hilary Perry. They bust through here, but got spun around. Maybe Mirani's caught with the football. Indeed, holding the ball, calls the umpire. 2-3-15 Fiji. 8 behind Canada. Boy, oh boy, what a game here in Pool B. Day 1 of the AFL International Cup Women's Division. Here's a short spearing pass. Lego!
Smart kick that. Could have had a shot on goal, but just saw the captain right in the middle of the ground, and now she's straight in front with a set shot goal. Great kick. Their skills in the last 5 minutes have been great from Canada.
The old cliche, Beck, captain's goal, and they need one right now.
Absolutely.
Amy Legault to see if she can bring it back to a point the difference. Oh, it's a shocker. It's a Stephen Kernahan type of a kick right off the side of the boot, and it goes out almost towards the forward pocket. Hurry kick back, but Van Savannah takes the mark. All of a sudden, they've got the ball. In fact, pardon me, it's Willis. Willis had it there. Now looking for Moreau. Got knocked out of her hands. Legault is lurking nearby. Does the shepherding work, allowing Hilmy to try and kick it towards the top of the square. Here's their golden opportunity. Kerwin, oh, it's off the ground. It's to the left. Minor score. But we look at a draw. It's an even goal, the difference.
Fiji now have the ball again. So Canada, they're peppering the goals. They can't quite convert. I do feel as though they've been far more settled, though. They've used the ball well. They just can't get that last kick, that last shot on goal. So Fiji with the ball from full back. What will they do? Looks like it's going to go straight down the middle of the ground. Can they find a player? No, they can't. Directly to Canada. And Canada have the ball on their 50-metre line. Back inside 50 they go. Can they get a mark? No, they can't. Fiji's defence just has been holding up all day. It's been sensational. Ball on the ground. Pack forms, but the umpire's found a free kick there. He has paid over the shoulder. Fiji have the ball in the defensive 50.
One thing I'm concerned about with the Fijians, when they kick out of defence, they're going down the corridor. When you've got the lead, you've got to stay wide. You can't allow to give an opportunity for a turnover and an easy shot and goal for the Canadians. The ball is out wide. Here's a mark taken. Rotindina has the football, gets on the right boot, almost brings down Rain with her kick over the head there. Moreau is in the pack. Van Savannah got on the boot. She kicks wide, well wide. And the ball takes one bounce and over the boundary line and out of bounds. The clock is ticking. Can Fiji hold on? They're 2-3-15. 9 behind is Canada. The pressure in the air. You can feel it as the ball is thrown back in. Van Savannah went after the ball. So did Amy Legault. Ratudinda had the football momentarily. She was taken off the ball, and the umpire says there's a free kick, and it's going the way of the Canadians. Van Savannah has it. She is 55 metres out from home. She's taking a long time to wind up. You've got to move it quick when the clock is ticking and you're down by a goal. Goes long towards the top of the square. Ball on the ground. It's off the ground. Perry! It's a goal! It's level. Scores are level.
Well, they've been building Canada. They deserve that. They've had a good patch there, at least 5 or 10 minutes where they've had most of the football. They played it in their front half, their back, and they were due to score, weren't they?
Absolutely, and it was Van Savannah that got it in there, and she was identified by the Fijian coach at three-quarter time as one they needed to keep an eye on.
Spot on, and there's the result. They've kicked a goal. They're back in the game. What a contest.
Any score will do. No time on, so could split the points. Ball in the middle of the ground. We're about to get underway again. Kerwin doing the rucking here for Canada. Ball up in the air, punch forward, intercepted by Legault. Legault got a hand pass after some good shepherding work, overrunning it Bowden. She gets brought to ground, umpire calls play on. Latia moves the football. They've got to try and force it forward to see if they can get a point. Nguyen takes the mark there. She wanted to play on. Umpire said it was okay. She goes back. She decides to stay wide. Broadcast side. Over the head there of a few. Until Amina was it. Latia went after it. Now with the football, Robinson. She's dispossessed of the football. It's hit the ground. They need to try and extract it. In goes Labuka. Couldn't quite get it out. Latia on the right boot. Wants to go inside 50. I had it moment. Oh, geez. I reckon the umpire might have been a fraction early on the whistle for Nguyen because she had it and it popped out. But nonetheless, she gets the benefit of the doubt. She comes broadcast side, going through the air. That was Lara Hilmy, knocked out of her hands. Now they've got to force it forward. Can they find a point before the siren sounds? Going in there, nearly copping it in the back was the player in Sally Fong. It's all locked in there. Ball popped out before the umpire could blow the whistle. In goes Moreau. A player got shoved over. The umpire missed it. There was Tataya Cake. She hit the ground, being spun around, thrown to the ground. Lego gets the hand pass out. Umpire's thrown away the whistle. Bowden, Moreau hits the ground hard. Umpire says no prior opportunity. 50 metres out from the Fijian goal, nearing full time.
What a tackle. That was a crunching tackle from Fiji. There's going to be some sore bodies tomorrow, I can tell you. Here we go. Ruck contest. Brilliant tap. Inside forward 50 for Fiji, but it's Canada who gather. They kick. They clear. Inside the middle of the ground. Fiji can't quite mark. They gather the ball, though. Great contest. She kicks back inside 50. It's Fiji who are prepping the goals now. And no, she hasn't quite marked it. Almost a chest mark, but it's spilt free. Ball was gathered and the pack forms, and the umpire says, I'll throw it up. It's about 40 to 45 metres outside of Fiji's goals.
Beck, you can feel the surge. You can feel the Fijian surge. They just can't find that last 30 metres to find a point.
Absolutely. And as you say, any score will do at this point, and it's in their forward half.
Ball taken out of the pack. Legault had it. She got dispossessed of the football. Letizia goes through. She just can't air pass. She's just got to put boot to ball in this situation. Trying to kick it off the carpet. Trying to go through there. Miriani. She couldn't pick up the football. Ball still in dispute. Now Fiji an opportunity here. Got squeezed out towards half forward. Going after it. Vatiti going in a new end. She got brought down the ground. Moreau fed the hand pass out. Being done. There's Nicole Robertson. Ball still on the ground. Vakasura goes in there. She can't move it forward. Fiji looking for an opportunity. Good sir in there as well. Ball popped out. Amy Legault has it momentarily. She got dispossessed. Ball squeezed out. Perry stripped at the football. Half back flank. Canada under pressure. Ball knocked over the boundary line and out of bounds.
Unbelievable. What a game. Round one. This is absolutely sensational. Both teams giving it absolutely everything. Nothing will be left on the ground here. It's a boundary throw in on Fiji's 50-metre arc. They belt the ball inside 50. Great tap. They can't quite gather, though. It's Canada who kick the ball back towards the wing. Ball spills free again and will go over the line for another throw-in. What a contest, Beck.
What a contest. I mean, and how exciting for the Cup going forward, these two teams. And we saw Great Britain this morning. Some huge talent.
Scores level, 15 apiece. Ball back into play. Kerwin went up in there. Ratinda had it, then she went to ground. Hand pass squeezed out. Moreau went by. She couldn't pick it up. Now an opportunity for Fiji. Smothered by Legault. It was fantastic. It's over the boundary line and out of bounds.
She's really playing a captain's quarter, Legault, isn't she? She's really got them back in it.
They sense the desperation. 2-3-15 Fiji. 1-9-15 Canada. Ball back into play. Rotunda tried to jump forward. She missed it. In went Kerwin. Here's a tackle laid on. No in the back. No, it is played in the back. The umpire right onto it, and it's a free kick, and it's going the way of Hilary Perry. She gets up. She wants to go. If they want to win it, she's got to go down the corridor. She elects to stay fairly wide. Flying through the air is Nicole Robinson. She went without the football. Ball still in dispute. Scrapping in hard there. Karawaka had the football. She lost control of it. In the ground. They try to shovel it out through Van Savannet. Going in there is Bowden. She copped one in the side, and the umpire said free kick. She gets up with a bit of a hobble.
Well, it's a huge crowd forming here for this classic game. Round one clash. Canada have got it. They go inside, not quite side 50 on the forward flank. Ball spills free. Once again, Fiji defence, but no, paid for. What was that for, Beck? Fiji free kick. Not sure. We're not sure what it was paid for, but Fiji have the ball on the half-back line. Their defence, we say it again, has been rock solid all day. Fiji have the ball. They will go back through the middle of the ground. It's dangerous, but the ball spills. Canada get a foot on it. It goes back. Oh, the captain, Legault's marked it. Not paid. Play on, says the umpire, and he'll throw it up right back in the middle of the ground. Back where we started this quarter. What a contest. It's starting to drizzle.
Rain teeming down here at Ransford Oval in Royal Park. Scores dead level, 15 apiece. Trying to come out of the football. Labuka had it momentarily. Got dispossessed of the football, but the Fijians somehow move it forward. They were trying to find their hands there. Of Kokino, she had it momentarily. Went back in and chased the football. Laid on an excellent tackle. Ball spilled free. Talamania tried to get the football. She couldn't. Knocked out of her hands. Fijians looking and trying to find a way. They're doing all the aggression work, but they just can't find the goal line. Umpire blows the whistle. Calls for a ball up. Unbelievable contest, Beckdahl.
So much pressure and neither team able to get that score that would just tip them over the edge. It's really getting just caught up by both sides.
What a classic. First game. Can't believe these two teams have produced an absolute classic first up. Ball thrown up. Umpires paid a free kick here to Canada, so they'll have the ball on their half-back line. What can they do? Is this their last hurrah? They go across to the wing to centre half forward and a mark. Huge mark in the context of the game. So Canada have the ball just in front of centre half forward. They now go inside 50. Another great kick, but once again, Fiji, time and time again, we've said it all day, Beck, they are so good back there.
That defence is just impenetrable.
And it just at the feet there of Valerie Moreau. She kicked it forward. Amy Legault there with support. They're laying on a tackle. Satiri Tadrell is at the bottom of the pack. She is all wrapped up. We'll call for a bounce. Can the Canadians pinch it? Will it go the other way? At the moment, we are about 55 metres out from home. This quarter feels like it's been going forever unless they've killed the clock and they want a result as they kick long and high towards the top of the square. It came off hands. Perry now. Oh, she's found space. Kicked it around the corner. Can she get a score? Put it in front. No, they knock it out of bounds. By jingoes, there were centimetres in that.
The Fiji defence has been unbelievable. Like punching every time. Their defence has been unbelievable. Punched it out of bounds and it's been thrown back in. What a contest. Here we go. Can Canada score in the dying minutes or dying seconds of this game? We haven't got the clock here. We don't know how much longer is left, but can they gather the ball? It's in their pocket. Forward pocket. The ball spills free. Fiji kick it off the ground. Canada gather. Kick, but once again, Fiji, solid in defence, rush it over the boundary for a throw-in. Still a slight drizzle here.
I think 22 minutes ago, so I think the clock is continually running, and it's a case of we're going to find a result. What a game of football, and to be honest, I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh, we might be here till Tuesday, but it'll be worth it.
In fact, a player on the ground with a bit of injury decides to literally roll off the ground, and the tick taken there by Sally Fong. She goes up the line, but the Canadians had the ball trapped inside their 50. If they can try and find a way to pick it up, had it momentarily, was the player in Vasenica, but she couldn't quite get it out. Right up against the boundary line. Umpire signals 1 for 2 high, and a free kick. You've got to be careful in this situation when there's rain because the umpires will try and find those little free kicks to break open the play. And you don't want to give one away inside your 50. And as we said, the player that rolled off the line, Labuka, I think she did a knee injury and she just virtually rolled her body along the ground, crocodile style.
That's how
to
tight
get off
the
ground.
game is.
Yeah, because in fact she's cramping up. That's the reason why. Umpire's just making sure she's clear and out of the way. The Canadians with Vanessa Bennett have a shot on goal, and she will go for goal because any score puts them in front. Vanessa Bennett, this could be it for the game. Is Canada playing Monopoly, about to use their get-out-of-jail card? She creeps in pouring rain. Close to play on the mark. Oh, she sprayed it towards the top of the square. Is there a mark? They're claiming it. No, the umpire. Whoa. Controversy. The female umpire said play on touch. The other umpire from the side said mark. Oh. Go back to the replay on that one.
The end result, Canada have a shot on goal. This is huge. This is huge here. Canada have a shot on goal just about 20 metres out.
Nicole Robertson, she sprayed it, but they're in front. And that's the siren.
Wow.
Canada have gotten out of jail by just one solitary point.
Devastation for the Fijians. They are shattered. That was a super effort from them to take on the reigning champions in round one in blustery conditions. It's been raining. They held up. They were so consistent the whole game, Beck.
Oh, absolutely. That defence just kept going and going and going. And their tackles, they laid tackles. They were brilliant. So, look, Canada very, very lucky.
Very, very lucky, but they did play some good football in the second half of that quarter just to control it by foot. They used some good skills and eventually hit the scoreboard.
Canada, go back.
I was just going to say, their captain, Amy Legault, she really led them in that last quarter. I think she seemed to be in every contest there was. So great effort from her.
And I might go down to have a chat with Amy in just a moment's time, and we'll get them getting their song as well. Canada, unbelievable. While I head down there, might get your thoughts on some better players as well.
Beck?
Oh, look, I mean, for Fiji, it was such a team effort, I think. There was just consistently player after player defending the ball, defending and tackling. And I think overall they should be really pleased with their efforts.
Yeah, I agree. I think Fiji was a really even effort across the board. A couple of standouts. I thought Rotunda was sensational. She's got some height, and I thought she was very good across the half-back line. And as you mentioned already, like for Canada, I think Legault was sensational in that last quarter, really got them back into the game. So there were a couple of standouts for me in what was a classic contest for the first game.
Absolutely, and Fiji's next game is going to be against Great Britain, who we saw this morning, who played absolutely amazingly. So it'll be really interesting to see how they match up.
That will be. There'll be anyone's. That's a 50-50 ball game now. So after that contest, so Fiji still spirited. They're not too down by the looks of it. They're pretty happy with that effort, as they should be. And Canada, well, they've stole one there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, but how great that looks like it's going to be a really even competition.
It certainly is. What a great start to the International Cup women's fixture today here with a classic contest between Canada and Fiji, with the Canadians winning by a solitary point. The conditions aren't the best, but the rain has eased off for the third game, which we'll have coming up next.
And what a great crowd! I mean, the crowd really got into that. It was a fabulous game to watch, and it's really been quite a few people coming down to watch despite the conditions.
They were. I could see the crowd from the other ovals who were conversing. They must have got wind of the classic contest that was playing out on Ransford Oval, with Canada winning by a point against Fiji Vanu. And we're just looking for Pete there. He might have an interview for us very shortly. And no, he hasn't quite yet.
The Fijians really don't look disappointed, do they? They're really up and about.
Oh, and they shouldn't be.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a great four-quarter effort, and credit to the coach as well, to Mike. I thought he was super in the way that he coached the girls. Very instructional at quarter time, half time, three-quarter time. So we're just about to hear the girls, I think, sing the victory song for the Canadian Northern Lights.
Game would not have been a war. So we thank them for everything they put in. 3 cheers to Fiji! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip 3 cheers for the umps! Hip hip! Hip hip! And 1 cheer for us! Hip hip! Welcome to the icy.
So we're just hearing the Canadian team there. So great to see the umpires cheered as well, and the opposition. Great spirit here at the International Cup, Beck.
Well, that's what I've really noticed is the teams are really sort of, there's a
Just
great...
quickly, we'll grab the captain of the Canadian Northern Lights, Amy Legault. You asked for a war, you got one.
Yes, we did indeed. We couldn't have had better opponents. They fought the entire game, and they were so hard at the contest.
What was the thinking going halfway during the quarter? They led by 7 points. You needed 2 kicks to get back in the game.
We just had to get back to our brand of football. So working hard, playing with our teammates, and not playing that scrappy style. So it took us a quarter to get into it, and finally, towards the end, we got there.
And what do you think of their tackling pressure as well? It was intense all game.
Oh, Fiji is so hard. Obviously, with their rugby background, they just come straight through you. It's like hitting a brick wall.
And as well, it seems to be like a game-changing torpedoes that they were using as part of their tactics coming out of defence. 70-metre kicks breaking open the game.
Yes, indeed. They had long kicks, long pressure, good skills, but thanks to our girls, we just kept fighting all the way through.
And we'll walk off the ground, but one thing as well, how about the last few minutes? The game went into extra time, sudden death, to try and get a result. They virtually had most of that play, and you had to try and hold the wall.
We did indeed, but we needed that inside pressure. We needed to keep pushing up the ground. Even if they were kicking through, we had to get behind the contest, and we just had to work as a team to get there.
Well, you've got Pakistan coming up next, but then what a battle in round 3, the Great Britain Swans.
Yes, indeed. We're just going to take it one game at a time today. Our focus was Fiji, and we just got to focus tomorrow on recovering and then resetting for game 2.
Who do you think was there when it counted, when the game was on the line?
We had our strong forwards, we had our backs who were holding up the wall in the back line, and our midfield as well. So I wouldn't say just one particular player. I think it was every single one of them. But if I'm going to highlight a couple, I'm going to say Lara Hilmy through the back line, coming into the mids, Hillary Perry right in there. Thanks to all of our girls that we got the scoreboard.
Most importantly, the 4 premiership points. The road continues to Etihad Stadium.
One game at a time. That's what we got to do.
Thank you very much, Amy.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Well, I'm a big fan of Amy Legault. I think I'm going to get an Amy Legault badge for my scarf.
She was a sensational game. Her captain's quarter, the last quarter for Amy. So well played, Canada, getting away with a win there. So Fiji just in front of us here, just regrouping. They'll take a lot of confidence out of that into their second game.
Oh, absolutely. And as Amy said, those girls, it was like hitting a brick wall. So she got hit about 3 times. So she's pretty tough.
Yeah, I hope the girls have a good recovery plan, because there'll be some sore bodies tomorrow, and they want to get up for Wednesday's games, the community round.
Absolutely. But I think the Fijians have a lot to take out of this game, a lot of positives. I reckon they're going to be a real danger in the Cup going forward.
Yeah, certainly are. Their first International Cup was 2-14 when they finished 5th, so I would expect off that game they'll go a little bit further.
And, of course, we're about to wrap things up here on this stream because the next stream kicks on in a moment's time, which, of course, is the game being played between Papua New Guinea and the European Crusaders. I'm Peter Holden. Just as I quickly sign off, thanks very much for your company. Danae Gibson about to jump in the commentary box along with Beckdahl and Xavier Doherty for the next game. Tell you what, they've got something to live up to. What a standard, what a game that was. Okay. I thought that was easy, me having to jump up again. So, actually, do you mind, Danae, if you can just shuffle the backpack?
Oh, got sore ears now.
I'll still be around, and if you want, I can, at the quarter-time breaks on this one, just get the mic in and just, gives you a break and gives everyone at home something to listen to. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to tell the Canadians, but I'm kind of slightly disappointed the upset didn't happen. It was like,
Yeah.
let's go on the night, let's go write good copy. Upset, Fiji wins.